Hey, welcome back. Today in this video I'm going to show you the basics of developing with Blockstack. Now this is not blockchain. I mean, it is the blockchain, but it's not your typical blockchain. A lot of people associate blockchain with cryptocurrency. This is developing with Blockstack. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to blockstack.org here. If you need to install it, install it. It should be running up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to publish or build out your first Blockstack application with React. And so this is actually based on their starting. I've documented here, and I'm basing this on, I originally had this MERN boilerplate code that I use. Essentially what I did was I took out server and I just used that. And so this is right now private, but I will make it public when the video goes live. I'm going to copy this. I need a new terminal. Go to my desktop, and then I'm going to do git clone and the link. And it's now cloned. I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here. Just did it, and then I'm assuming you have Blockstack installed. You also have an editor installed, and you also have git installed. So I'm just going to switch over to the repo I just created and do an npm install as the instructions say. And so I actually put this on port 2048, literally because of the game 2048. There's a popular game. It's open source on YouTube, on GitHub, and I put it there because, like, why not? I really just needed a port that wasn't used. I usually use 8080 or 3000 is another popular one for starting node starting applications. And then 8888 is used by Blockstack, so I figured I was just going to pick a random number. And we're going to wait for that to install. It's taking a really long time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Atom, and then I'm going to go and open up my project. I'm going to kind of explain what's going on in terms of code-wise. Here it is. I'm going to hit open. Okay, so let's start with the server. As you can see, compared to the MERN project that I have, server is very simple. I've taken it, it only requires, so you don't even need the API routes, it doesn't even exist. You don't need the config. The config originally had a Mongo connection, we're not connecting to Mongo, and so all it has is essentially this webpack compile all set up there. And then you can jump over here, and this is where my manifest sits. So if you look at the name of the application, when you go to verify yourself, it's going to be Hello Blockstack. It's going to give you the start URL, and the description, and the logo and stuff. And it all sits right in this public folder. If you want to change that, that's where you change that. And then you go here, and so I'm using a React router, and the app is very simple. And so it has an app right here, and it takes I'm using the Blockstack.js library, and that's been included in the package JSON, so you don't have to worry about it. And so there's two functions: there's sign in, sign out. So I explained how I took a lot of the code just from the website. If you want to verify that you have properly installed Blockstack, you just uncomment these two lines. And so what it does is it says if user is signed in, which they're not to start off with. If the user is pending sign in, so they're not. So if user is not signed in, it provides you with the sign in with Blockstack button. And jump back. Input form shouldn't load here. Okay, that's a flaw because it might not work properly if you're not actually logged in. And so what we'll do is this. Just change that around. The reason I changed that around is the input form is saving to the storage and getting from the storage. You shouldn't be able to do that if you're not actually logged in. That's why I moved it. And so as you can see, it just returns the login content. In this case, it would just be signed in with Blockstack. Next case, if the user is pending signed in, it says handle the sign in, which redirects here. I was getting an error when I was doing the name replace lookup. It was throwing an error. So by putting the this actual defined string in, it works fine. And essentially, if I'm on this page, I just want to reload because it's going to handle the pending sign-in, but then it doesn't reload. So all I do is reload the page. And the last thing is here, the user sign-in. So it grabs the user data, grabs their profile, provides them with the ability to sign out, and then loads this component here called input form. Input form is using the Blockstack storage. Now this is, so that was our two functions, sign in, sign out. This is the Blockstack storage, so this is a React form, so content is manipulated on change, so on change here. And on change saves to the state, and essentially what it does is save new file. It saves a file on hello.txt with the content, and it saves it all encrypted, which that's what the true means in the end. That means yes, encrypt it. It'll say done, otherwise it'll throw an error. And then what you can do is say load file, which is the button beneath that loads the file, and it will alert with the file contents. Relative, and this says yes, it's encrypted. And this is the file location. And I just realized this is called app. I gotta make some updates to this. So hopefully you don't actually see, you'll see this all updated. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do an npm run start, I believe. It says on, yeah, npm run start, which will compile it and put it on port 2048. I believe it's npm start. Nope, it's not start, it's start dev. Okay, and so if I go to localhost 2048, Blockstack is running there. It's still compiling. It's just doing the Webpack, putting all the contents into a single app.js file. There we go. Boom, so we have app, and then we have our sign in button. We hit sign in. So it'll offer open up Blockstack, which it does. What you'll see here is that the manifest.json file, so the image, the name, and stuff, all comes from that file. You hit sign in. This will, the annoying thing is it comes in two tabs. Like, if you want to close this one, it'll say signing in. This is where the location.reload happens. Honestly, I have it do it until it actually properly signs in. I should probably just throw a callback on there. And so this is our here is our sign out button and then our text. So we'll try the storage. Just open up the console. Okay, so let's try this. Test t. And I hit save. And so based on the output, so this will actually take a while. So when I say a while, I mean like a couple seconds. So it says it's done, and so if I hit get past content, as you can see, it's the stuff that was in the storage. And so that's the put and get file for Blockstack. And you hit sign out, and it'll kick you out of your account, and I'll go back to sign in with Blockstack. So that's the very basics of using Blockstack with React. Please subscribe, and please also like this this project here. Give it a star in the top right corner. If you're going to use it, just give it a fork. It's going to be public. It's public now. So thanks.